Hello everybody, if you're in the market for fairway wood, stick around. I am standing here with the King F7 from Cobra. If you're a higher handicap or a mid to high handicap, and when I say that I mean kind of your 12 handicap up to probably your 22, 23 type of player, this is a very high performance club at a very affordable price. One of the first things you'll notice if you look at the sole of this club would be the black weight and the orange weight situated here. The colors of that is obviously dependent on what color the fairway itself is. In this case, we've got the black fairway with a beautiful orange finish, hence we've got the orange weight. We're looking at a 20 gram weight and a 3 gram weight. Now you can start seeing what Cobra is trying to do here. If you've got the heavy weight at the back of the club, you can imagine all the weight is situated right there. The club is trying to increase its dynamic loft towards impact, helps you get the ball up in the air, giving you, as Cobra call it, a nice high towering flight, softer landing. Then for argument's sake, you go to the coast, a little bit windy, you need to knock the ball down a little bit, you would actually just flip the two weights around, put the heavier weight towards the front, and now you can imagine with that weight port sitting there, the dynamic loft actually decreases a little bit towards impact. So it creates a lower launch, a lower flight, but more importantly, a lower spin ratio, which will give you a more piercing flight, especially in windy conditions. What I'm excited about is these two silver strips called baffler rails. Now, it reduces the time the club interacts with the turf. In other words, you're going to hit a fairway wood mostly off the deck, I would assume. It would normally hit the deck and then kind of keep digging to a certain degree, especially if it's lush or wet outside. The baffler rails are specifically engineered to let it only dig to a certain degree, then square up, then leave the turf. Meaning your interaction with the turf takes less time, but more importantly, it imparts a more consistent strike for you regardless of lie. Now, we have put this little bad boy through its paces. We have tested it out of lovely lies, perfect lies, lush lies, but then we took it a step further and actually put it into divots. You would be surprised how effective baffler rails actually gets it out of a little indentation in the fairway, or in our cases, we tested it out of divots. It is absolutely amazing. I am very glad they've introduced it in this fairway. Of course, we have the MyFly loft system from Cobra, still allowing you 8 unique settings. In this particular version that I'm standing with here, it can go from a 13 degree up until a 17 degree in half degree increments, allowing you quite a lot of flexibility, as well as mentioned before, the CG change. You can fine tune this quite substantially. We mentioned at the beginning of the show that this is aimed at your mid to high handicap player. This is also not really for the guy looking for a fairway from the tee box. It has quite a shallow face, as you'll immediately see. That shallower face does help you get the ball up in the air very, very quickly. The problem with it is unless you tee it really, really low off the box or even put it on the deck off the tee box, you might actually go under the golf ball. This is engineered for guys that are hitting longer shots into par 5s or even the longer par 4s that need help getting the ball up in the air, helping it land softly. That is what the shallower face profile is going to do for you, combined with the lower center of gravity. Guys, Cobra is extremely underrated. Please do me a favor. If you're watching this, you're in the market for a fairway wood and you're mid-high handicap, try the F7. You've got nothing to lose. You'll be surprised at how it performs.